to another edition of Entrepreneurs in Fuego. I am your host, Q, and we are here documenting the journey of entrepreneurs one digital footprint at a time. And today we have Alan Plunket. Hi, Alan.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Doing well.
So you come here from Phoenix Staff.
Yes.
Right? And where in Phoenix are you located?
Our office currently is in Ahwatukee, but we're actually relocating to probably Tempe.
And how long have you been doing this, the staffing business?
So I've been in the staffing business for close to 20 years. Phoenix Staff we launched 13 years ago.
Awesome. So you've already gotten over the hump of all the, making all the quirks or kinks worked out, right?
Well, as an entrepreneur, I don't think you ever feel like you're over the hump, but yes,
That is true.
I feel more safe today than I did 13 years ago.
Well, and I hope, and as you're in your space, I'm sure that you are evolving with the times, and you are constantly gaining some education about how you can be better in your space, right?
Very much so. Yeah, we talk to our candidates and clients all the time about what could we be doing better, what they would like to see within the industry be done better. So we're always trying to improve on what's out there.
And that's amazing. I actually love the name of your business, Phoenix Staff. I work a lot with the community in Central Phoenix or in surrounding areas, and Phoenix has a problem keeping talent or moving talent around where they should go. So you have a very big job.
We do, and we take that job very seriously. I mean, one of the reasons that I got into this industry, as an entrepreneur, I started my first company when I was pretty young, 18, and at that point in time, interestingly enough, it was within the industry of trying to help people find jobs. I would rewrite resumes for my friends because who better to help you find a job than an 18-year-old kid,
right?
So I realized very quickly I probably need a little more experience in that. Mm-hmm. But you're 100% correct. I mean, Phoenix has a retention issue. I think we have blinders on to the fact that we have a retention issue. But I think the entrepreneurial effort that's going on right now is certainly helping that along.
So we appreciate your efforts to contribute to the solution of that problem. Now, you've almost been in this business in the same field, but you started your first business at 18, so you're almost considered a serial entrepreneur at that point. You have a lot under your belt. And what made you want to start that, or what made you want to work for yourself?
Well, I think a lot of things, when, at least for me, every company I worked for when I was younger, I always felt I could build a better mousetrap or do it differently or do it better or service our customers differently and better. So for me, I've always had that bug. I had a father who was an entrepreneur. He owned a service station, and I saw how he treated customers, and I saw how he wanted to build his business, and unfortunately I think he gave a lot more away than he probably should have. But he taught me how to be generous. He taught me how to be giving. He taught me how to focus on that. So
you couldn't escape entrepreneurship if you wanted to.
No, it was there.
And this is the perfect place to do it. We have a lot of community partners and programs that really push entrepreneurship forward to support you and your business. So you staff anyone, or is it a particular space?
We focus on technology. So I interviewed for a job in this industry, like I said, almost 20 years ago, and met with accounting and finance, met with administrative, met with various groups within that company, which is a global company. Mm-hmm. And when I met the technology recruiters, it was something different. They were excited, they were dynamic, and they just loved what they did. Whereas no one else was upset to be there, but there was just a different air about those folks.
Which is a different perspective than most people have of people in the technology space. I mean, those that are knee deep in the tech part of development or design or coding, those people tend to be almost introverted.
Right.
So how do we get those people to get into some competitive positions or push them through in their career?
Sure. Well, I think that is definitely the case years ago, and I don't necessarily know that it's the case today. When you look at millennials, when you look at the new entrepreneurs of today, they're not as introverted as they once were. They're very out there. They're very dynamic. They're trying to come up with a different way, a new and creative way of getting people connected.
Yeah.
And in order to do that, they have to be connected themselves. So even though, video games are much more prevalent, and I watch my 14-year-old son watch other kids play video games and not care that he's not playing, I find that to be the weirdest thing in the world. But he's still a very social kid, and he wants to be in the technology industry himself. So I think I think there certainly is a case to be made that a lot of them are introverted, but a lot of them are changing that as well, just through social networking and through the interconnectivity of what they do for a living now.
Social networking is huge, but what really helps them finish the puzzle or accomplish their goals, because it takes someone like you who can see both sides or speak the language of both sides and communicate what their needs are and match them up with a position that would really benefit them.
Right.
So the social marketing part or social media is always, changing the way that most people approach things. So, that might have been doing the work for you in getting them to kind of be more outgoing.
Right.
But what have you learned over the last, say, 5 to 10 years in what you're doing that you now implement in your business?
Well, I think it's a progression. When I first got into the industry, I didn't know enough about what it meant. And now that I've been doing it for as long as I have, it really is about helping people envision where they want to go and then helping them get on that right path to get there. That's what it is for our company anyway. I don't know if that's what it is for every company in our space, but we're interested in where you want to be, not where you are today.
And that's incredible. And what you do is you help them along in their journey, not just once, because typical staffing firms, or most people might have the mentality that staffing firms are one and done.
Right.
They will go and use your service once, and then and it's mostly because they don't have a job now. They might not use it to think of going forward into their career, if that makes any sense.
Sure.
So do you accept those that are already in another position somewhere else?
Absolutely, yeah. A number of the people that we work with, we've placed multiple times. So that is a huge testament to our company, and I don't take that for granted. I try not to take that for granted. I think the fact that more than 70% of our business comes to us by way of referral, the people that we've placed multiple times, and the people that will really touch my heart and say, you really do care and you really are interested in where I'm going, not where I am today. That's powerful, and that just reminds me why I do what I do.
Well, it's great when things come full circle. Your entrepreneurial lifestyle, or growing up, your childhood, and then dabbling in it when you were first 18, and now coming to this point where you're growing, you have staff yourself, and you're helping others achieve their goals. So, and what can the community do for you?
I think things like what's happening here at the Office Pile are huge. If we can continue to grow our entrepreneurial network locally within the state of Arizona, if we can really focus on retaining the talent that we have here, that's going to go a long way. We have offices in Las Vegas as well as Austin, and we're big fans of people who want to relocate to those markets for sure. But I'm also a huge fan of making sure that we do what we can to keep our talented folks here. Awesome. And whatever I can do to make that happen, and whatever others can do to get us connected and keep it here.
Speaking of connection, what's the best way to get in contact with you?
So we're all over LinkedIn, we're on Facebook, and I'm an easy guy to find.
Perfect. Well, thank you for joining us today and sharing your journey with everyone, and thank you for all you do for the community.
It was great. Thank you.
Appreciate having you here. And with that, we're out.